Hello everybody and welcome to this week's video. As you've seen in the title, I've yet again failed my book buying ban and I have bought quite a few books. I'm gonna try and do this in a way that doesn't show off the ridiculous state of my bedroom, but as you can see I've got a pile of boxes, a pile of hardbacks and a pile of paperbacks all to show you today. It got out of hand. I'm currently unemployed. I don't start my next job till September and I don't get paid till October. So this was genuinely the worst financial decision I think I've ever made. But I really hope I like all of the books that I bought. And in an attempt again to hold myself accountable, similar to, I think it was last month when I filmed or uploaded the video I'm about to mention, but it's definitely up on my channel now if you haven't seen it. I bought some books and I read them immediately upon getting them. This is to a point where I can't do that because there's so many books and I haven't read most of them. So what instead is going to happen is I'm going to do the book haul today. Then I'm going to do, I think it's going to end up being 3 reading vlogs to get through everything in these piles and boxes and whatnot. So that should be a case of film this and then bosh the next 3 videos you see are going to be me reading these books. Theoretically, I'm very much in a mood to read these books right now, so I need to sort of jump on that right now. Like I've canned a video I was filming because I just wasn't feeling the books. So this is the plan instead now. That being said, let's dive into it. So I'm going to start with the pile of paperbacks because I believe every single one of these has come from a charity shop and I think it's quite an achievement. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books sat here. One of them is secondhand but not from a charity shop. But I bought all of these in charity shops and for varying prices, might I add. My goodness. So I'm very proud of my secondhand shopping because, as you are about to see, I don't buy secondhand books very often, and that is something I want to get better at, because as much as I love reading my indie published books, they cost £15 each, and you know, it's better for the environment. It's more sustainable to buy books from charity shops and online like sellers like eBay and stuff. So book 1 that we're going to talk about is Cleopatra and Frankenstein, and fun fact, this book is currently wet because it was quite dirty. It arrived really dusty. This is the one I bought secondhand off eBay and it had like full strings of dust on the side. And as you can see, it's still got like little dots of dirt and stuff, but I have properly scrubbed this and they're not coming off, which is stressing me out. But I bought this very much on a whim because I thought I would like it. I'm very sorry if you can hear my dog barking. I can't do anything about that right now. But yes, the blurb read to me very much like a Jessa Hastings style book where it's very toxic, famous people romance kind of thing. But this follows Cleo, who's 24 and at a different party every night with a student visa that's swiftly running out. And she does she meet Frank? I don't know. She meets Frank, a successful guy who's 20 years older. I thought that said he was 20 years old, not 20 years older, but okay. We love an age gap. And can give her the security she craves and the green card she needs. So it's a very like impulsive, I'm assuming toxic relationship. And I've just noticed on the back, actually, I don't know if you can see that, it's really dented. This is not a very good copy at all. Like the seller told me it was in really good condition and clean. They lied. But yes, so this is book number 1. I don't know how many books are in these piles, so I think it's more than 20 definitely. So then the second book I've got here, oh, that was £3 on eBay, by the way. The second book I've got is Tom Lake by Anne Patchett. I don't really know anything about this book other than the audiobook is narrated by Meryl Streep, and I love Meryl Streep. So I bought this. This was in a charity shop for 50p. 50p is how much books should be in a charity shop. I will fight. But yes, I bought this And this was actually, I found this on holiday, so that's an achievement to me. So this is book number 2. Book number 3 is a bit of a random one, but it is The Best of Sherlock Holmes by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Me and my dad and my mum kind of watched the Sherlock Holmes movie with Jude Law and Robert Downey Jr. on our way back from holiday, and I really liked it, so I thought I would like to read the original stories. And this cost me £1.50, which that's the difference between Jersey charity shops and English ones. The fucking price of books, I tell you, £1.50 compared to 50p. Crazy stuff. As if £1.50 is a bad price to pay for a book. Obviously, I'm kind of joking. Like, I do think 50p is an acceptable price for a second-hand book, but £1.50 is still amazing compared to like £10. So then the next book I got was Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. I did not know that's who wrote this. Like, I couldn't have plucked that name from my mind. Like, if you asked me, Little Women is written by Jane Austen, and I'm wrong. I'm so wrong. But this is another very random one I've picked up. I'm about to start working as an English teaching assistant, and I felt like I should read some classic literature so that I don't just spout off nonsense all the time. But this one was £2. It's kind of, I don't know, I think it's cute. I don't know what scissors have to do with the plot, but cute. And because I've watched the TV show Friends, I know a character dies in this, and I know that happens. So also, can you hear the sirens coming from behind my house? Crazy stuff. I can't get a moment of silence in this house to film. I'm so sorry. Then again, on the trail of me working in an English department at school, I bought an Inspector Calls teeny tiny book, again for £2, because I know this is a book that is actually studied at the school I'm teaching at, and like across many school curriculums. I believe this is quite a common one. So I thought I would give this a go, because it's not one that I personally studied. Like, I did Lord of the Flies, Romeo and Juliet, that sort of thing. So I thought I would read this and see what it's like. And it's teeny tiny, easy peasy to read. And that was £2, I don't know if I said. And then, absolute banger of a find, the entire Caraval trilogy for £4.50. Yeah. Yup. I absolutely love the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy, and I know you're meant to read Caraval first, but I didn't, and now it's been about 2 years since I read Once Upon a Broken Heart, and now that I found the books for £4.50, I'm gonna read them. So that is the first chunk of books. The second chunk of books I've got are hardback fantasies, which cost me a pretty penny in Waterstones, because I pre-ordered them when it was double stamps to earn, so I was very much encouraged. But the first book in this stack is I've picked up the wrong one. I'm a liar. This is meant to be Wrath of the Dragon, which is book 2 in this series, but these are fantasy books with dragons. I can't really remember what happens in book 1, which is embarrassing because I read it in January, and I don't know what's going to happen in book 2. So that is all the information I can give you on that one right now. But I'm very excited to go into book 2, because I gave it a 5-star, and I can't tell you a single thing about it. I know they make out against a wall, I'm pretty sure, at some point. So that's that. Then I've got The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy, which again, I do not know much about. I don't want to say it because people have been a bit antsy about this. I'm pretty sure it was Dramini fanfiction, which I don't have a problem with. You can literally see all my Harry Potter shit up here. So I personally don't have an issue with it being that, but I don't want to say anything that could get me in trouble with the community. So let's read a little bit. Already, first word, it's someone's name and I don't know how to say it. Osric Mordaunt, member of the Viren Order of Assassins, is in dire need of healing. Naturally, such is the grim comedy of fate. The only healer who can help is Orion Fairhrim, preeminent scientist, bastion of moral good and member of an enemy order. Why do I feel like I'm dyslexic trying to read these words? Like, I can't do fantasy names. Anyway, skip. A forced collaboration ensues. The brilliant woman in STEM is coerced into working with the PhD in murders, much to Orion's disgust. As Osric and Orion work together to heal his illness and investigate the mysterious reoccurrence of a deadly pox, they find themselves ardently denying their attraction, which only fuels the heat between them. Okay, I am excited to read this, and I do love the spine and just gorgeous sprayed edge. And if I remember rightly, this has quite a pretty hardcover as well. Gorgeous. But I don't think I'm as keen on the story as I thought I was, or I thought I would be. So it'll be interesting to see what I think of this one, because I do anticipate there's quite a lot of books here. I don't think I'm going to like all of them. So it'll be interesting to see what actually comes of this humongous book haul. Then another book that I think is also Dramione fanfiction, but I don't have a solid source to back me up here, is Rose in Chains by Julie Soto. Again, I do not know very much about this book going into it. Let's have a little read. The war is over, the dark forces have won, and the hero who was supposed to save them is dead. Ooh. Okay, she's sold to Tovin Hurst. We're selling women, are we? Okay. It says, internationally best-selling author Julie Soto crafts the delicious romantic fantasy that's filled with intrigue, magic, and irresistible enemies to lover romance. So, I don't know. I literally don't even know what my taste in fantasy is at this point. Like, I love Powerless and I love Feybound. And that's kind of it. They're the only ones that I have strong feelings on. So, I don't know why I keep buying fantasy. But I am, again, all of these are getting read within the next month. I've decided it. And then another one that I don't think I'm gonna like, because I don't like vampires in romance. But I bought it because my entire Discord server was telling me to. Not me specifically, but they were all like, this is amazing, 5 stars, love it. And everyone was buying it. So I panicked and I also bought it. But that is Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. I got the signed edition actually, which is kind of fun. Not that I can find the signature now, that's funny. There we go. Signed. And all anyone has actually said about this book is toxic lesbian vampires. Now, I love lesbians. I love toxicity. I do not love vampires. But I read the synopsis and it takes place in 1532, 1827 and then 2019. So it kind of gave me the same idea as Our Infinite Fates does, and I love Our Infinite Fates. That I think is another 5-star read for me. So I don't know. I hope I like this one for the sake of everyone else likes it, but I don't know. I literally don't know. This is like the least I've ever had to say on any books, because my brain was empty when I bought these, truly. But yes, for those 2 piles that I've shown you, so you can't even see them, those 2 piles I've shown you so far, I'm planning to do a reading books I bought in charity shops, because that will get rid of the 8 books that I've got just here. Maybe with the exception of the whole Caraval trilogy, I might just read book 1. So I'd be reading 6 of those books, and then I'm going to do a reading fantasy or romantasy, whatever, for a week, where I try and read. I think I'm going to do 300 pages a day, because 200 is not very much in the grand scheme of things in a fantasy book, you know, like these are thick books. So that will then get rid of that stack, I think. And then the next few boxes are going to be tough, because I don't know how to fit these into videos, but I'm determined to. So first up we have an Amazon package. Yeah. Oh, that was a really good pulley. So, oh no, my books are crumpled. And one of them's huge. I hate Amazon. First up, okay, I think this is in a series, but I'm not sure which one it goes where. But I've got Up in Smoke by Lainey Lawson. This is like a cowboy small town romance, which I love. It says, forcing myself to be just friends with the shameless flirt of a cowboy down the road wasn't the genius life hack I'd hoped it'd be. Strictly platonic, purely educational, and one kiss away from it all going up in smoke. We were never just friends. So I was mainly sold on the covers, to be honest. Like, that's adorable. Slay. Then, and these are all mixed up as well. Like, I bought them all around about the same. This book is tiny. What? I thought these were going to be thick. Oh my god, I wish I hadn't spent my money now. That's actually embarrassing. Okay, well, I've got Camera Chemistry by Chelsea Curto, which is way tinier than I thought it would be. Oh my god, have I fucked up? I bought the whole series and now they're all going to be teeny tiny. That's so embarrassing. This is a series by Chelsea Curto, obviously. I think it's to do with football, maybe? I don't really know. We'll find out. It's going to be in a video. We'll find out. But that's way smaller than I thought it was going to be. Oh no. I think I've made an error here, guys. And then finally for this box, and this is huge. Why do they keep making paperbacks so big? I don't want it this big. We've got another one I bought primarily based on the cover. This is Maneater by Morgan Elizabeth. And it says, oh my god, the back is gorgeous too. The Mavens are on the job to solve the mystery of who is sabotaging a luxury resort. Josie, nicknamed the Maneater, is using her powers of persuasion to get the intel they need. Whilst there, Rowan, a nuisance from her past, and the VP of operations for the resort keeps getting in her way. But she's not backing down. Be it love or disaster, neither of them is ready for what's coming next. And oh my goodness, look at that. This is definitely getting displayed. This is gorgeous. Look at this woman. Stunning. So, and this again is the first book in his series. That is box 1. Then I've got one from Waterstones, I believe, and this is something I thought I'd cancelled and I hadn't. So, oh, it broke. So I don't know if I'm going to read this or if I'm going to sell it or return it or something. I'll give it a go. But I got, oh, and it's sprayed edges. Guys, I might keep it. I got Warrior Princess Assassin by Bridget Kemmer. I don't know if that's how, oh, Kemmerer? I'm confused. I don't know how to say that. It says, love is the fiercest weapon. Who do you trust? Who should you love? Who should you kill? I'm not going to read anymore because I want to go in blind. But oh my goodness, look at these end papers. This is stunning. Has it got a pretty cover? It does. Oh, that's stunning. That is stunning. This is a fantasy. I know that much. And oh, the sprayed edge is so good. Guys, I might have to keep it. It says the magic will find you when it's ready. That's gorgeous. How can I get rid of that? Okay, I'm keeping it. And it's going in the pile of fantasy hardbacks that I need to read. Then, this is really chaotic. I'm so sorry. I have an Afterlight box. I assume this is one that I've bought myself rather than part of the subscription because it's arrived very early. So, yes, this is one I bought myself. So this is from September last year. It says Better Than Revenge. And I bought this because it is a book that I have read and I really enjoyed. And it basically, my thoughts are, if a book is in an Afterlight special edition, I would rather have that than like than the normal edition. So I bought this as a replacement for my old copy, and that is The Breakup Pact by Emma Lord. This is, oh, it's so cute, guys. This is like a revenge story basically. So it says 2 viral breakups, 1 fake relationship, 5 sparkling heart-pounding dates. And that's kind of what you need to know. That's as simple as it is. This is so cute. I didn't even see like the other artwork for it. So let me take this off and show you the printed hardback. These are gorgeous. Afterlight's my favorite special editions ever. Like, this is so cute. And like there's the gossip column that they're a part of. I love it. This is adorable. This is so cute. This might be my favorite Afterlight edition that I own. Is it? I don't know. I think it might be. But yeah, so I have read that. I think I gave it a 4-star when I read it, but I think of it very fondly, which is why I wanted a fancy copy. So there's that. Just thought I've got 3 more books sat in a different bag that I've not got out for this video, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that. See if I can reach them. I don't think I can. Anyway, and then finally, oh my goodness, we have got this mammoth of an Amazon box to open. Before I do that though, I will say the other 3 books that I have bought over the weekend are The Love Hypothesis in the Waterstone Special Edition, Rewitched and Rumoured, both in the Works sprayed edges. So that is what I missed. I don't think you saw my address then. I'll check that when I edit. But I've got quite a few books in this box, and I know this sounds horrendous. This isn't even the last of the books that I've got arriving this week. I know there's at least 2 more, and then there's 2 more pre-orders by the end of August that I'm going to have. Okay, thank God the rest of that Chelsea Curto series is normal sized books. I thought I really panicked then that they were all novellas. Okay, sick. So we've got Off Camera by Chelsea Curto. This is another book in that series. And I don't know what happens in them, and I'm gonna keep it that way. I want to go in blind because I love Chelsea Curto. Then we've got, I don't know if they're all in here. I'd assume they are. And there is 2 books in this series that I'm missing, but they are the books that are arriving separately. So I've got Blood and Steel by Helen Shura. I don't know how to say it. But I bought the whole series because Ellen Catherine on her Patreon is doing a series readathon, and I want to take part. So I bought the books. As you can see, I'm missing book 2, and that's because on Amazon it was £24 for a paperback. So I ordered it on Waterstones, which means it's going to take 2 weeks to get here. So I do have that on the way. And then there's like a book you're meant to read in the middle for emotional impact or something. So I bought that as well. But I don't know what that's called. And I don't think it's on the back. But this is the Legends of Thesmar, the whole series. And again, I don't really know what it's about. I know it's like enemies to lovers, forced proximity kind of thing. So I'm very excited to dive into that. Then what else can I dig out of this box before? Okay, so we've got another Chelsea Curto book we've got Behind the Camera. I also don't know what order these books go in, so I need to look that up before I start reading them. And the last one in that series is Caught on Camera. I think this is connected to the DC Stars, which is why I bought it. But again, I need to do a little bit of research into that. And then we've only got 3 more books in here. These are the rest of the Lainey Lawson Cowboy series. We've got Smoking Gun and Fire Away, both gorgeous covers. This one is my favourite. And let's have a look. So Smoking Gun says, nothing says welcome home like an irresistibly hot cowboy inviting himself into your shower. As long as there's no strings attached, no feelings, and no kissing, of course. Now I wish the only big secret he's been keeping was me. Okay, I'm gonna read this soon. And then Fire Away. This cover is so cool as well. It says, what kind of man in his right mind asks a girl out on a date just to make his ex jealous? Warren Farrow, that's who. I fell for that dimpled smirk, cowboy hat and magnetic charm. Too bad he saw me as nothing more than a pawn in his scheme. The ruse seemed foolproof at first, but one practice kiss was all it took for my defences to weaken and remember how brightly the spark between us had burned. Ooh. So that is the rest of that series. And then the final book for this haul is, again, a gorgeous cover, and I can't remember what her name is on YouTube. Her name is Belle, and she's Australian. She's quite a big YouTuber, I think, and it's really bad that I don't remember her name. But I saw her pick this up, and I saw the cover, and I was like, I need to own that. I can't not own that. Boop. So I got Cowgirls Do It Better, I think is the name of the series. And then this book is called Redemption by Lila Dawes. Cute, we love. It says, he's the outlaw who shattered her world. Now he's the only one strong enough to help her save it. Oh my god, I remember why I picked this up now. So you read the whole blurb, and then right at the end it says, because he's the man who killed my mother. I'm intrigued. I need to know more. And as we would have seen, actually I don't know if this is going to go out first or if my new series is going to go out first, but I've done a video recently reading 2 different cowboy romance series and comparing them. It's called Series Smackdown. If it's not already out, it will be out next week on Friday. I post every Friday. And I got really into cowboys, which is why I've bought more cowboy romances to read. So I think that is everything for this video. I don't know if I've got a good place to put that. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and then 3 more in my bag, which makes 29 books I've bought over the past month or so. I think just over a month, because the last time I did a book haul would have been June. And I've read 2 of them already. I've read The Love Hypothesis and I've read The Breakup Pact. So that leaves me with 27 books to read. Logically, I can fit that in 3 videos, I reckon. So as I said, I'm definitely doing a video reading fantasy for a week, which is going to be all the hardbacks that I've got here. Legends of Thesma I'm gonna not do a video on because it is to do with a series readathon that I'm doing, or series read along. I'm doing one about all of the charity shop books I've got, which then leaves me with a bunch of romance books, and I think I can do another 10 book takedown where I read these, I reckon. So that's the plan. I don't know if that's actually gonna happen, but that is the plan, and I hope that I stick to it because that sounds absolutely wonderful to me. So on that note, I have bought too many books and I'm a little bit overwhelmed right now, but thank you so much for watching. I apologize again for any background noises you can hear. I can't do anything about the fact there's a dual carriageway behind my house, and I obviously can't control when cars are going to go past really loud. So if you can hear it, I'm really sorry, but if you can't, then don't worry about it. And I will see you next week with another video, hopefully getting through the humongous TBR I've just given myself. So thank you for watching. Bye.